I am just going to get started. I am going to start out by applying a primer. I'm going to use the Maybelline Baby Skin because that's what I have lying around. And I haven't used it yet, so I want to give it a fair try. Oh, it's very silicone based, FYI. It reminds me of the Bare Minerals Primetime Primer. It is like exactly the same texture as that. Just making sure that's blended in. Oh, and I also moisturize my face with my moisturizer. I just use an oil-free moisturizer, and I also put some good old Carmex on my lips to get the party started. I'm going to be moving on to foundation before I scare any small children. I'm using two colors. I'm using L'Oreal True Match in W3 and N4. N4 around the outside of my face, which it's about a shade darker than my actual skin tone, and then the W3, which is my skin tone. So I'm just putting this mainly on the high planes of the face. I'm going to take some of the N4 and put that around the outside. If you don't want to use two different colors, don't. Use whatever you like, whatever you have on hand, whatever works for you. If you don't like using liquid foundation and you want to use a powder, go for it. It's your world. I'm just living in it. For the love of Pete, L'Oreal. See, and then I need one of those beauty spatula things. Okay, so I'm just going to put that around the outside. And over my ears, especially if you wear your hair back. And down my neck, because obviously it's darker than my skin tone. Now I'm just going over with, this is just a clean buffing brush from Real Techniques. I'm just going over and buffing in around my face, down my neck, over my ears, you know, everywhere and anywhere that I want to blend. I am going to use a corrector. It's a orange, or not orange, peachy based concealer product, I guess. This one's from NYX. Moving right along. Next, I'm going to highlight my face and contour with, I'm going to use, this is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. It's a concealer, and I think it's in Fair, but I'm going to use that under my eyes. I'm not going the whole way up. I'll blend it up and in, but I'm just making a triangle go straight down the side of the nose, up, and we'll blend it in a second. I'm also going to put some right here, because why not? You can put some down your nose. I like to put some up here. You can also put a little bit right there. It'll make your lips look fuller. I'm just going to take this around places that I want to create a shadow. So I'm going to take my beauty blender, and I'm going to start with the lightest parts that I put on and use that first. You need to kind of work fast. You don't want your foundation to set, because if it starts to set and you try and blend this in, it gets a weird texture on the skin, you know. It's like at a certain point your foundation does not want to be disturbed. I'm just going over with that buffing brush that I used before, making sure that everything is seamless. So next I am going to be applying I'm going to use two Maybelline Color tattoos, one in Barely Branded, number 70, and the other in 25, Bad to the Bronze. I'm going to apply Barely Branded to the inside of my eye and Bad to the Bronze on the outside of my eye, as you will see. I just need a brush for that. I'm going to apply the white one with the white one, or it's like a creamy metallic beigey color. I'm going to apply that with my ring finger. Keep it simple. I can see myself. Okay. So, I'm just going to put that on there. Put some of that right there. Next, I am just going to apply the darker color Bad to the Bronze on the outside with my finger as well. Gotta work kind of fast because these do set. So I'm just blending those two together, same brush. You don't need to get another one. I am going to be taking a small angle brush and Omega from MAC, and I'm just going to fill it in. Let me brush them out first. I'm just getting some Omega on my brush. And I like to start at the arch because I want that part of my eyebrow to be the darkest, and then it just sort of be ombre lightest on the inside. So I'm just going to start right at the arch. And I like to round them out a little. Okay, so I just fill it in my brows and brush them through a little bit. I'm just going to take this buffing brush I used before and sort of go around them. Okay, now that my brows are done and my base is done, I am going to move on. I'm going to be using the Loroc Pro Palate 2 today. It just came out and I've been loving it, so I thought, why not? Looks like this. Top row's all matte, bottom row's all shimmer. And I am just going to start off by applying buff from the crease up. If you don't have this palette, Brulee from MAC is very similar. It's slightly cooler toned, but it'll do the same thing. So I'm just applying that on my brow bone. Big fluffy brush. Okay, now I am just going to be taking the color Nectar on a blending brush and applying that to the crease, sort of as a transition color. Okay, now with a small detail brush, I'm going to use this is a pencil brush, E30 from Sigma. I'm going to start out by taking that light brown color, it's all matte, and I'm just going to sort of carve out the crease. So just going along where my natural crease is. And then drawing a line straight down, and I'm going to connect that. And then go back to your brush that you used to apply Nectar, and starting here, I'm just going to start blending it. The only reason I'm starting here instead of here is because I'm obviously going to get more product on my brush whenever I go to the darker area on the outside, and I want it to get lighter in the inside, so I'm starting here where there's the least amount of product and where I want it to fade in lighter. So I'm just blending back and forth. Okay, now that you've got that done, I am just going to take the color Cool Gray and I'm tapping off as much as I can because I want to be very precise with this. So I'm using the tip of the brush and I'm just going to try and go in the middle of that where I blended the light brown. Go back to that brush that I used before and sort of slightly buff that in. Okay, while I have that color out, I am also going to put it underneath my eye. And now I'm just going back and I'm reapplying that cool gray color with a little bit of the black mixed in. And I'm just going to apply this right here in the outside corner, just for a little more drama. And again, blending. Okay, now all I'm doing is taking a clean blending brush and I'm just going to go over everything. Make sure that it's seamless. I'm going to take a flat shading brush with the color silver and I'm going to pack it all over. Actually, I'm going to mix some of the silver and a little bit of the beige color. And I'm going to pack that all over where we put the lighter color tattoo. Okay, I'm going to apply mascara. Well, I'm going to curl my lashes, then apply mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm just applying the color Buff to my brow bone, just as a highlight. And then I'm going to take my clean blending brush and I'm just going to make sure that everything's blended. I'm going to apply Rimmel Stay Matte powder down the center of my face and underneath my eyes. I'm just taking a E24 blending brush for underneath my eyes. Now I'm taking a, I'm taking Blunt from MAC and I'm just going to lightly contour my face. Okay. Now I'm taking Tarte's blush in Tipsy and applying it to the apples of my cheeks and blending up kind of. I'm using a really light hand, just sort of tapping it on ever so slightly. I don't want anything crazy, just want a little bit of warmth there. And then I'm going back to my blending brush and just tapping that over. This is by L'Oreal Color Riche in Eternal Mauve. I am going to line the outside of my lips and I'm going to be filling it in with Rimmel Lasting Finish by Kate lipstick in number 17. This is from e.l.f. and it's in the color Nearly Nude, and I'm just going to apply that to the center of my lips before I put this lipstick on. Okay. Now, with a lip brush from Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics, I'm going to take this color, this lipstick, number 17 from Rimmel in the Cake collection, and I'm going to pop it on and blend it in. Voila! Okay. So that's about it. I mean, I think it's kind of fun for like a night out. It's more dramatic. Or if you want to go to the grocery store like this, I mean, I ain't gonna stop ya. So that's about it. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this look.